If you've ever been legitimately excited that the State of the World update video wasn't titled urgent, then go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button, guys. Welcome back to the Trench Grenade channel. I am your host, the average State of the World update video enjoyer that your mom says that we have at home. Thanks for watching. Guys, the purpose of today's video is we're going to be discussing a number of things, to include a civilian that was shot and killed by a concealed carrier, obviously unnecessarily, as a third party. We're going to be discussing aircraft movements to the Middle East and the president leaving the G7 summit early, and a number of other things. Before we get into all that, you guys know the deal. All that I ask that you do is hit the like button, as I am collecting your likes for a further cause down the road. So thank you for hitting the like button, as that is free and helps out the channel more than you know. Leave a comment down below on what your thoughts are on this concealed carrier that missed their intended target and shot and killed a civilian at a protest over the weekend, and I look forward to reading your comments down below. If you want to support the channel financially, there is a way to do it through the Patreon. It's $5 a month. It gets you access to a closed Discord server where you can find buddies to train with, game with, stay up late, and talk about why everybody loves the M17 pistol. Obviously, that's a joke, but let's get right into it. So, over the weekend, guys, there was a number of protests for the No Kings protests, the No Kings riots, whatever you want to call it. And during one of these, a man had a rifle slung on his shoulder and was walking through a crowd in all black. Now, a security personnel, an individual that was carrying concealed, saw the individual in the crowd, drew their handgun. Okay, I guess for this purpose, we'll just use this unloaded, okay, M17 handgun. They drew their weapon and they began engaging said individual, missing them, wounding them, and killing a innocent third party. Now, obviously, this is not good. That goes without saying. But whenever an individual that is legally armed and cannot live up to the standard that we set as a community, that is obviously a problem. So this goes out to a public service announcement at this point to all of you, that regardless of what you choose to carry, even if you're forced to carry one of these by the Army, okay, regardless of what you're carrying, you need to make it your life's mission to not ever have a situation like what happened in Salt Lake City happen to you. Now just imagine that person's family is never going to see them again because some idiot that failed their training, failed to rise to the occasion, shot and killed the wrong person. And they were not even successful in their journey at stopping the threat, as that individual was not even, they were wounded, but they weren't even put out of the fight. They just simply gave up, right? So keep in mind, guys, as you're consuming content on the internet or whatever, you still need to be, going out, dry firing, even if it's something as simple as making sure your magazines are unloaded, like I just did before filming this video, making sure the weapon's unloaded, coming out here and shooting and transitioning from fence post to fence post, or whatever you need to do, practicing your draw, practicing follow-up shots. That is important, okay? So obviously our hearts and our thoughts and prayers go out to the individuals, family that was needlessly taken from us, but this just goes to be a public service announcement to the prepared community and everyone watching this video. Moving on. 32 refuelers were moved from their home station to the Middle East in preparation for, we don't know. We are being told that these 32 refueling aircraft in the United States are being moved for training purposes, but this is the most amount of aircraft that have ever been moved of this type for any type of event ever in, I would say, recent United States history within the past few years, okay? So why is that important? Well, it is typically a sign of war, right? That the United States is going to engage in or be involved in a larger scale conflict, that these 32 refueling aircraft are being moved. So keep your eyes on that, as many news agencies are updating this, and this could be a sign of more conflict to follow. Moving on from there. The President of the United States, President Trump, as of an hour ago, has left the G7 summit early and is returning home to the United States amid tensions rising in the Middle East and amid conflict and issues rising between Iran and Israel. Okay, now regardless of where you sit on this issue, at this point they're exchanging indirect fires, missiles, drones, right? They're exchanging these indirect fire assets in Israel, targeting high populated centers in Tel Aviv and Tehran. So keep your eyes on this, as the president leaving an area, an aircraft entering an area, or staging an area is always a sign. Okay, I think that's most of the things I wanted to talk to you guys about. Obviously, the No Kings protest riots occurred over the weekend. A couple of them got kinetic, but it was mostly peaceful, but obviously several individuals, to include the innocent individual that was killed in that concealed carry incident that we already discussed, lost their lives. So make sure you guys are avoiding these, riots, protests, whatever you want to call them, and make sure you are staying tuned to any, call to action that may come forward from all this, from the ICE raids, right? Okay, I think that's all the things I want to discuss with you guys tonight. Let me know what your thoughts are on all this down below. A shorter video tonight, but it's kind of the calm before the storm as Israel and Iran strike each other. Obviously, they did a decapitation strike on Iran. Israel conducted the decapitation strike on Iran, killing several of their major generals, brigadier generals, and the head of one of their Department of Defense, orientations. I believe it was the Royal Guards or something. Basically, equivalent of a 2-star general was killed, as well as several scientists and their families. So the decapitation strike was a success by Israel, but unfortunately it has only caused tensions to heighten to the point where now both Israel and Iran are warning each other's population that the strikes will continue. So just keep your eyes on this conflict. But I think that's all the things I wanted to talk to you guys about tonight. The big beautiful bill now incorporates an act, the short act to potentially make all SBRs removed from the NFA and legal. So keep your eyes on that as this big beautiful bill continues to the Senate, and we will see what comes of that. But potentially all suppressors could be removed from the NFA, as well as short-barreled rifles, if this big beautiful bill passes. Okay. All right, guys, that's a lot of talking. Get down below if you made it this far in the video and leave what your current thoughts are on the SIG P320. More to follow why I have this thing out right now. But if you get anything from this video, it is that you guys need to be holding yourself to a higher standard and not falling victim to complacency, whereas you could get somebody else hurt or worse, killed in a concealed carry incident. Thanks for being here, guys. Do all the things to support the channel. Like, comment, join the Patreon for $5 a month, gets you access to the closed Discord server. And let me know, do you enjoy State of the World update videos? Thank you to all those that comment every time. I see your guys' comments. I know I don't have time to reply every single time to every single comment, but I see your comments, and I do appreciate you engaging, as it helps the channel, as the channel is very small and we're trying to get more and more subscribers, more and more support. So doing the things like liking, commenting, sharing with a buddy, all the things the algorithm wants you to do, I appreciate you doing all those things. And huge thank you to my regular State of the World enjoyers and my Patreon members. All right, guys, I'm going to get you guys out of here. Have a good one. And until next time, this is Trench Grenade, your average. The president leaves an area and 32 refueling aircraft enter an area. Video enjoyer that your mom says we have it all. I'm signing out.